Why you would ever do something like this, I never know. I hope Elon Musk, if you're listening, don't do no stupid shit like this, bro. Look at Terminator. Take heed to what James Cameron was talking about. He went from a smartphone to try to create some type of smart butler helper robot.
No robot.
Yeah.
I can't stress this enough. We don't need robots, man. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Cinecism. I'm Eric.
It's your boy Dante, man, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Netflix original movie, The Mitchells versus the Machines.
This movie revolves around a family that is trying to defend the world against this hostile machine takeover, basically.
So it ends up with the Mitchell family being the last family that's not captured on the planet. They are trying to get this kill code, trying to get it to a suitable computer so they could upload it and stop all of the robots.
Yeah,
so that's
Independence Day style.
Yeah, exactly.
These are some interesting, funny characters too.
Absolutely.
And the robots themselves are hilarious. Yeah. But we're going to get into all of that.
I want to say they dysfunctional, but they not. They have their problems. Mainly the main character, Katie, who is the daughter of the family. Her and her dad really don't have the greatest relationship. I think they miscommunicate a lot, and they're clearly extremely different people. She doesn't feel like her dad quite understands her more artistic side, and her dad, I think, don't feel like she appreciates a lot of the things that he might have done for her, or really want to spend time with him in a sense too as well. But I think the two are probably interrelated. She might not want to spend time with him because she feels like he don't understand her. The movie focuses on that aspect as well. That's a pretty big part of the movie, is their relationship and them trying to figure each other out and really meet each other in the middle.
Let's talk about the Mitchell family, who consists of Katie. I guess you could say she's the main character. Quirky. She's already been accepted to this film school. The movie starts with her preparing to leave to go attend the school and be with people that are more understanding and more relatable to her, that are also quirky and awkward and just weird and creative people. So she feels like this is her calling. Her dad has the bright idea to make this a family trip instead.
I really felt him, but man, that is not anything you want to put on a teenager, bro. Especially one that you have a strained relationship with. Yeah. That just drop on them like
I'm trying to be in the car with you for several extended hours.
Right. And then it's like,
I don't even like doing that with people I like.
Right, exactly. It's not the way. I understand where his heart was at, but that's just not it.
She also makes these bizarre ass like videos. It's like her outlet, her way of expressing herself. And her dad just does not get him, man.
And it's funny that he didn't get him. At the end, you kind of get to see that they autobiographical. I guess if you paid attention, you realize that clearly your daughter is reaching out to you through these videos. Right. But in his defense, they was low-key trash and bizarre. So
they were creative.
Yeah, let's go with that word. Else. Yeah, if nothing else. I would say that Katie's dad is kind of more of he's quirky in his own right too. They have a similar disposition but different interests because he's an outdoorsy person. Yeah. He's very much family oriented. Clearly want to spend a lot of time with his family, but it's got to be hard as a person that wants to spend time with your kids. His kids are young. They grew up in the age of technology. Their faces always in their phone. Right. So it was a very realistic plight. I felt where he was coming from. He was trying to connect with his kids. You know, I wasn't even mad at him, man.
Yeah, no, he's not a dislikable dad. He's just a dad-ish dad. Yeah. He's a dad that's out of touch with the modern world. Very. He's just trying to be a more traditional family.
Right. And then he kept trying to relate in a very dad way. And it was just, it wasn't coming across well. It wasn't translating to the squad. The little brother, man.
Let's talk about this fool.
He was hilarious.
It took me a minute to get used to his voice at first. Yeah. Because I was like, man, that's a big voice for that.
I was about to say he had a man voice.
But yeah, this dude is obsessed with dinosaurs, man. Like he loves them. That's all he talks about. He wears dinosaur shirts all the time. He got little dinosaur figures he plays with.
Calling people randomly in the phone book, asking them if they wanted to talk about dinosaurs. That shit had me tripping. Right. And he was crossing people's names. Like, that was his day. Right. That's what he had planned for the day.
Also has a close relationship with Katie too, though. Contrary to like a lot of movies like this, it's not like a lot of bickering between them two. They actually are pretty cool.
Usually with this dynamic in that age gap, because he's a lot younger than her, they look at least 7, maybe 6 or 7 years apart.
Right.
You see them and you definitely see them clash more, but they embrace each other's relationship, and she really likes him for who she is. And I think that she likes the fact that he's always him. You know what I'm saying? He a dinosaur loving maniac, and she liked that about him, man.
You know, her mom is the more supportive one. She wants to avoid confrontation like at all costs. She tries to play peacemaker as much as possible between the daughter and her husband.
Yeah, she had a balance of trying to. She could connect with everybody. Yeah, she could connect with the father and she could connect with the kids. Yeah. So she understood where everybody was coming from, really, because she had a much broader perspective. She was trying to get them to come together and things like that. So I felt where she was coming from too. She ended up low key being the badass at the end of this shit. Right? I was like, man, you had ninja training. You were the League of Shadows. Like, what's going on here? The 2 robots. They was pretty funny.
One of them was Deborah Bot, and the other one was Eric, I think. They start to malfunction after their first run-in with the Mitchell family, and they get damaged. So they become allies to the Mitchell family, and they start helping them out on their quest to get this kill switch. At first, they try to pretend as if they like humans wearing robot disguises, but when they start listening to all the Mitchell's commands, you know, they immediately realize they're actually robots, but they have corrupted software. These dudes are some fools, man.
They so incompetent.
I think they serve as, I guess, the major comic relief in the movie. It's just the way that they communicate, like with the Mitchell family, and how they don't understand human mannerisms and humor and stuff. It's funny. All the robots like had me dying throughout this whole movie. When they started taking people in them little cubes, it was like, yay! I wish I was in there. They had this stupid ass monotone voice trying to entice the people to get into these cubes that was capturing them and taking them to this giant ship that was going to ship them off into space.
Where they did like that airplane ad, dude had like an ascot on, and he was talking about how he was going to get shipped into the atmosphere. I was weak, man. The fact that they gave the robot a scarf like he was really a flight attendant or something, that kind of brings up a really good point. This movie is so surprisingly funny. It's genuinely funny, man. You know, sometimes these cartoon movies can come off a bit cheesy. And I think it's humor in here that everybody could enjoy. It's really good writing, man.
Yeah, it's the same way I felt about the Lego movie. The same writers.
Yes.
So I'm not even surprised. Like once I started watching this movie and I was like laughing a lot, I was like, man, let me see who's behind this movie. Like who produced and wrote this movie. Yeah. Come to find out, it was the same people that did the Lego movie and 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Yes.
It's none of that like that cheap humor, man. Like how we get in some of these more modern movies where they just make these weird, unnecessary social pop culture references. Right. It wasn't any of that in this movie. And it was just like genuinely funny.
And for a movie that had such a high technology driven plot, it would have made more sense for them to be like, oh, Facebook, Instagram, something. But they never did. They do
mention those apps, but it's not for comedic.
Yeah, it's organic. It's like to tell the story. You know what else? Man, this animation is incredible. The same people that did Into the Spider-Verse did the animation for this. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big fan of this animation, and I hope that it becomes more of a regular occurrence. I'll say that with an asterisk. I hope it becomes more of a regular occurrence with great storytelling, because just like Into the Spider-Verse, this movie is really good. But it's so creative. It's got this comic booky element to it, and it just pops. The colors, all of it looks so visually appealing, man. It's just very fun to watch.
Yeah, they be having a surprising level of detail in these movies too. Like just the background element. Yes. Man, I be seeing a lot of stuff. Like it's like, man, they don't even have to do a lot of it, but take the time to design these set pieces in a way that just makes it more tangible.
Yeah, even the bedrooms that they had, man, I thought was really cool.
And that's what made me really notice it. It was the detail in her bedroom. Yes. Like it was a lot of stuff that was thrown in there to just really tell her story. Also, man, I gotta mention John Legend and Chrissy Teigen voiced another family, I guess family friends of theirs, who the mom sees as like the picture perfect family. They also have a daughter, Aaron, Katie's little brother, has a crush on, which leads to some hilarious interactions. Like, he's like socially awkward. Like he doesn't know how to talk to girls. When they have like conversations, he starts like letting his guard down, and he immediately lets his wall back up, and he just I'm gone forever. He ran off like a maniac. Maya Rudolph was in here too.
Maya Rudolph, the mom. Yeah, she did a great job.
I love her, man.
Me too. And Danny McBride voiced his dad. Right. And actually, of course, he was funny because it's Danny McBride, but I thought his more serious scenes, he did a great job of hitting on the emotional emotional elements as well. Man, listen, one of my favorite scenes in this movie and one of my favorite set pieces, animation, everything was that whole scene in the mall where they resurrected them Furbies and that giant Furby came out there and was talking, was like, who killed my children or some shit? Called the elder god and then that nigga burst out the toy store.
I ain't seen Furby in a minute.
That's what I'm saying. That toy was creepy regardless.
It was. I never wanted one of those. That shit was a phenomenon at one point.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you what, Chucky stopped me from wanting anything that was any type of lifelike.
Yeah, I ain't want no interactive toys. Nothing that could talk to me and talk back and none of that shit. Furby kind of operated on his own time. Like, he would go to sleep when he wanted and all that shit. I was like, yeah, nah, I don't need him to have an agenda. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Live Your Life makes an appearance in this movie, which is probably one of my least favorite T.I. songs. That song has not aged well at all.
I actually hate that song.
Me too. I never really liked it, but as much as I've heard it now, I'm at that point where I hate. That was one of the only things in this movie that I hate. I was like, man, pick any other song, man. It's so many good ones. Pick any other T.I. song. When they played it in the beginning, I was like, okay, all right, cool. Then when I found out that was like the theme song of this movie, I said, oh my God.
I mean, I'm not mad. Like, I understand why they chose that song, just the content of the song. Yeah, it made sense for the story and the plot, but that didn't make me like it anymore. I actually enjoyed this movie. Another one of the better movies I've seen this year. I really appreciated the humor in here, man. That shit was making me genuinely laugh throughout the entirety of the movie. The voice talent here too had a lot of big names in here, surprisingly. So I really enjoyed the message of the movie as well. Overall, I'm going to give Mitchells vs. the Machines a 8.5 out of 10.
This is my definition of a family movie. Something that adults don't have to feel dumbed down to watch and kids don't have to feel cringe to like some of the more adult elements. I think it's comedy in here and there's elements in here that everybody could enjoy. It's got that classic family movie feel where it's like hijinks, but at the same time it's funny, but then there's heart at the center of it. So I appreciated that. The animation was outstanding. I hope to see this animation utilized in future movies because I just think that it's so visually unique. So I'm going to give it a 9. Definitely something that I would recommend checking out.
Thanks for tuning in to our review of The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Definitely worth checking out. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any suggested videos for a review of any movies or series or trailers for upcoming movies, don't forget to drop a comment below.
And if you guys have seen The Mitchells vs. the Machines, please let us know what you thought of the movie. What you think of the characters? How you feel about the animation? How you feel about this writing style overall? And would you like to see more projects from the writers of the Lego movie as well? We'd like to know that.
All that.
We appreciate y'all, man.
And thank y'all.
Peace.
Peace.